Did you know that after the age of 60, many women lose strength far faster than they realize, sometimes without any obvious warning signs? And here's the scary part. This quiet decline can make everyday movements like standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, or even catching yourself during a small stumble feel harder each year until suddenly one unexpected fall changes everything. But here's the truth no one talks about. This decline isn't just aging. Most of it comes from muscles switching off due to long periods of sitting and underuse. The good news? You can turn this around quickly. With just 3 simple, save zero equipment exercises, you can rebuild the strength in your legs, hips, and core, boost your balance, and regain the confidence to move anywhere without fear. And exercise number 5? It targets a muscle group almost every woman over 60 ignores. Yet researchers say it plays a major role in fall prevention. Most people never train it correctly, and it could be the missing link in your overall stability. Stay with me, because this movement alone can make a noticeable difference within weeks. Scientists now know that your muscles remain responsive and capable of growing stronger at any age, which means the decline many women fear is not destiny. It's completely reversible with the right approach. In today's video, I'll guide you step by step through 5 powerful exercises designed specifically for women over 60 to rebuild strength, improve balance, and protect mobility for years to come. And trust me, you do not want to miss the final exercise. It's a hidden secret that ties everything together. Exercise 1. Chair squat. One of the earliest warning signs of age-related muscle loss after 60 is surprisingly simple. Standing up from a chair starts feeling harder than it used to. Maybe you notice yourself pushing off with your hands, rocking forward to build momentum, or feeling slightly unsteady as you rise. These little changes often go unnoticed at first, until they start affecting daily living. This struggle usually comes from weakened quadriceps and glutes, the 2 major muscle groups responsible for almost every lower body movement you make. These are your support pillars. When they lose strength, tasks like climbing stairs, stepping into the shower, rising from the couch, walking longer distances, or even getting out of a car begin requiring more effort. And as those muscles weaken, your risk of falls quietly increases. Chair squats are one of the safest, most joint-friendly, and most effective ways to reverse this decline. By practicing the controlled motion of standing up and sitting down, without using your hands, you strengthen your thighs, glutes, and core muscles, all which help stabilize your body and protect you from falls. Research in the field of aging and mobility has repeatedly confirmed that consistent sit-to-stand training can significantly boost lower body strength, balance, and functional independence in older adults, sometimes by more than 30% in just a few weeks. Here's how to perform it correctly. Sit on a sturdy chair with your feet hip-width apart and flat on the floor. Keep your chest lifted, shoulders relaxed, and your abdominal muscles gently engaged. Press firmly through your heels and rise to a standing position in a slow, controlled movement. Avoid leaning forward excessively or using momentum. As you lower yourself back toward the chair, control the descent and lightly tap the seat before rising again. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you stand. If the movement feels too difficult at first, you can place a cushion on the chair to reduce the distance you need to stand. You can also lightly hold the sides of the chair for balance. To increase difficulty, extend your arms forward or hold a light weight close to your chest. One woman I worked with, Emily, was 63 when she began. During her first week, she struggled to complete 5 chair squats without using her hands. But she practiced daily, adding just 1 more repetition each time she felt ready. After 4 weeks, she completed 14 smooth, controlled squats. And for the first time in years, she climbed a full flight of stairs without holding the railing. Her confidence came back, and it all started with this simple exercise. Now, before we move on, let me ask you something important. What if there was a small, often overlooked movement that strengthens the very muscles responsible for keeping your balance steady with every step you take, yet most women never train them correctly? That's exactly what you're about to discover next. Exercise number 2, heel raises. If you ever felt wobbly while stepping off a curb, or notice your legs feeling heavy, tired, or swollen after standing for a while, there's a good chance your calf muscles are weaker than they should be. Most women don't realize how important the calves truly are. They aren't just walking muscles. They are part of your body's natural stability system. The calves, especially the gastrocnemius and soleus, act like a built-in pump that pushes blood back toward your heart. Every time you take a step, they help stabilize your ankle, support your knee, and keep your entire lower body aligned. But as we age, these muscles tend to get less active. Long periods of sitting, reduce walking speed, and years of underuse slowly drain their strength. Weak calves can lead to slower circulation, increased swelling, ankle instability, and difficulty catching yourself if you trip. This is one reason why many women feel unsteady even when they're otherwise healthy. Heel raises are one of the simplest and most effective movements for restoring strength to this critical area. Strong calves allow you to walk with better control, respond faster if you lose balance, and stand for longer periods without discomfort. Research in aging and mobility consistently shows that targeted calf strengthening improves postural stability and reduces fall risk in older adults. Here's how to perform heel raises correctly. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart. Lightly rest your hands on the back of a chair, wall, or countertop for balance. Press into the balls of your feet and lift your heels as high as you comfortably can, like you're trying to see over a fence or a crowd. Pause briefly at the top and feel your calves engage. Then lower your heels slowly back to the floor in a controlled motion. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions, repeating the set 2 or 3 times. Exhale as you rise. Inhale as you lower. If you're a beginner, you can lift only halfway or keep a bit more weight on your support. To increase the challenge, try lifting 1 foot at a time or perform a movement on a small step, allowing your heels to drop just slightly below the edge before lifting. One of my viewers, Sophia, age 61, began heel raises after constantly feeling unsure on uneven sidewalks. Within 4 weeks, her steps felt lighter, her ankles more stable, and she no longer hesitated when stepping off curbs. A tiny daily habit made a huge difference in her confidence. Now, before we move on, let me ask you something. What if one small movement could strengthen the muscles that keep your hips aligned and prevent that scary sideways loss of balance that causes so many dangerous falls, yet almost no one trains them properly? You're about to learn exactly how. Exercise number 3, side leg raises. Have you ever felt yourself swaying slightly from side to side while walking, almost as if your body is shifting to catch itself? Or maybe you step sideways to avoid an object, only to feel momentarily unsure or unbalanced. These subtle signs often point to weakness in one of the most important and most ignored muscles in your entire lower body, the gluteus medius. This deep hip muscle acts like the stabilizing anchor of your pelvis. Every time you walk, step, climb stairs, or shift weight from one foot to the other, this muscle keeps your pelvis steady and your posture aligned. But as we get older, the gluteus medius often weakens due to long periods of sitting, reduced activity, and years of not training movements that involve lateral strength. And when it weakens, the body starts to compensate in ways that create even more problems. Your knees may cave inward, your hips may tilt, your lower back may take on extra pressure, and your side-to-side balance becomes noticeably less secure. That instability is one of the major reasons sideways falls are so dangerous and so common for older adults. Side leg raises directly target this essential hip stabilizer. Strengthening it improves your lateral stability, making everyday movements, like stepping off a bus, walking on uneven ground, avoiding obstacles, or regaining your balance after a misstep, feel noticeably safer and more controlled. Research in geriatric mobility consistently shows that strengthening the hip abductors significantly reduces side-to-side sway while walking, which is a major contributor to fall risk. Here's how to perform the movement. Stand tall beside a sturdy chair or wall for support. Shift your weight onto one leg while keeping your torso upright. Lift your opposite leg outward to the side, no higher than hip level, with your toes pointing straight forward, not upward. Pause briefly at the top to feel the engagement along the side of your hip. Then slowly lower the leg back down. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions on each leg, repeating 2 or 3 sets. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. If you're just beginning, you can lift the leg only a few inches off the floor. If you want a challenge, add a resistance band around your thighs or ankles. Just remember, don't lean your torso to the side. The work should come entirely from your hip muscles, not momentum. One of my viewers, Ella, age 64, started with tiny lifts because she felt unstable on gravel paths near her home. After just 3 weeks of consistent practice, she noticed she could walk across uneven ground without wobbling. A small daily habit led to a huge boost in confidence. Now, before we continue, let me ask you, what if one simple floor movement could unlock stronger hips, a healthier spine, and smoother walking, all while reducing pressure on your knees more than almost any standing exercise? You're about to see exactly how powerful it can be. Exercise number 4, glute bridge. If you often feel tightness across your lower back, or your hips start to ache after standing for a while, or getting up from a seated position feels tougher than it used to, there's a good chance your glutes aren't doing their job. The gluteus maximus, the largest and most powerful muscle in your entire body, is far more than a movement muscle. It's a stabilizer, a protector, and the foundation of nearly every step you take. As we age, this muscle often becomes underactive simply because we sit more and move less. When the glutes weaken, your lower back steps in to take over the work they were supposed to handle. Over time, this overload leads to stiffness, pain, fatigue, and a slow breakdown in posture. Even simple daily tasks like walking uphill, climbing stairs, or bending down to pick something up start to feel uncomfortable. That's why the glute bridge is such a powerful exercise. It wakes up those dormant muscles, strengthens them safely, and restores the support your spine and pelvis desperately need. Done lying on your back, it's gentle on the joints but incredibly effective for building strength. It targets the glutes, hamstrings, deep core muscles, and even your lower back, creating a strong and balanced foundation for every movement you make. Research published in orthopedic and physical therapy journals consistently shows that strengthening the glutes significantly reduces lower back discomfort and improves stability in adults over 55. Here's how to perform it correctly. Lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Your heels should be close enough that you can touch them with your fingertips. Place your arms by your sides. Press through your heels and lift your hips upward until your body forms a straight line from shoulders to knees. At the top, squeeze your glutes firmly. Hold for a brief moment, then slowly lower your hips back down. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. If this feels challenging, start with smaller lifts or place a cushion beneath your hips for support. For more intensity, hold the top position for 3 to 5 seconds or add a resistance band above your knees to activate your outer hips. No matter what level you choose, avoid arching your lower back. The lift should come from your glutes, not your spine. One of my viewers, Harper Collins, age 63, shared that after just 2 weeks of practicing glute bridges every other day, she noticed she could walk longer without stiffness and felt more stable standing up from the floor. Her posture even started to look taller and more aligned. That's what happens when your body finally gets the support it's been missing. Now, before we move on, let me ask you something important. What if there was a deceptively simple movement, just involving your feet, that could instantly reveal the true state of your balance and dramatically sharpen it in only a few minutes a day? You're about to see exactly why it works so well. Exercise number 5, tandem stance walk. If there's one skill that quietly fades with age, yet affects almost everything you do, it's dynamic balance. That's the ability to stay steady while moving, not just when standing still. Most people don't notice it on smooth floors at home. But the moment you step onto slightly uneven grass, walk across a parking lot, or make a quick turn in the kitchen, you rely on dozens of tiny balance corrections that happen behind the scenes. And here's the challenge. As you get older, the systems that work together to keep you stable, your leg muscles, your joints, your vision, and even the tiny balance sensors inside your inner ears begin to react a bit slower. That split-second delay is what increases the risk of stumbling, tripping, or losing balance unexpectedly, especially when you're multitasking, distracted, or walking in a new environment. The tandem stance walk is one of the simplest, safest, and most effective ways to retrain those systems so they talk to each other again. By placing your feet heel to toe in a straight line, you're forcing your body to narrow its base of support, making your balance system work harder, without any equipment, and without putting stress on your joints. Studies published in aging and mobility research show that narrow-base walking drills like this can improve gait stability, sharpen coordination, strengthen your core reflexes, and reduce sideways sway, which is a major predictor of fall risk in women over 60. Here's how to do it correctly. Stand tall, soften your shoulders, and focus your eyes on a point directly ahead of you. Place one foot in front of the other, so the heel of your leading foot lightly touches the toes of the foot behind it. Now slowly shift your weight forward, and take your next step, bringing your other heel directly in front of your opposite toes. Continue this heel-to-toe pattern for 10 to 15 controlled steps. Then turn carefully and repeat. Keep your core lightly engaged. Move slowly and deliberately. Exhale as you take each step. Inhale as you reset your balance. If you feel wobbly, don't worry. That's exactly why this exercise works. Just position yourself next to a wall or countertop so you can steady yourself when needed. With time, the wobbling decreases because your balance system becomes more responsive. To increase the challenge, you can gently turn your head left and right as you walk, or shift your gaze slightly off-center. This forces your brain, eyes, and inner ear to coordinate at a higher level. A viewer named Maria, age 69, started doing just 5 steps a day along her kitchen counter. After 3 weeks, She proudly shared that she could walk the entire hallway heel to toe without touching the wall once. She said it made her feel safer and more confident walking outdoors, especially on uneven sidewalks. If these movements are helping you feel stronger and more confident, take a moment to tap the like button and subscribe. It tells me this kind of content truly supports you, and it allows me to keep creating simple, effective routines designed specifically for women over 60 who want to stay active, steady, and independent. And stay with me, because I have a few final reminders that will help you get the absolute best results from everything we just covered. In just 5 carefully chosen exercises, you've trained the essential muscle groups that protect your body as you age: your legs, hips, glutes, core, and calves. These areas work together to keep your steps stable, your posture upright, and your movements confident. Strengthening them not only helps you move through daily life with ease, but also lowers fall risk, supports healthier joints, and boosts the kind of energy that carries you through your day. And the beauty of these exercises, you don't need any special equipment or gym visit. All you need is a small bit of space, your own body weight, and the intention to move consistently. You don't have to get every repetition perfect. What matters most is showing up, even for just a few minutes a day. Small efforts add up, and many women begin noticing improvements in balance, strength, and steadiness within 4 short weeks. Imagine standing up from a chair without pushing off the armrests, walking confidently across gravel, grass, or uneven sidewalks, going up and down the stairs without hesitation. That kind of freedom is something you can build starting today. Your health after 60 isn't shaped by chance. It's shaped by the choices you make daily. And each time you practice these movements, you're investing in a stronger, safer, more independent future. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 exercises do you feel will benefit you the most? Share your answer in the comments. Your experience may encourage another woman to begin her own journey. And if you found value in this routine, please like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new session. Share this with sister, friend, or loved one who deserves to feel steady, strong, and confident every day. If there's a specific topic or body area you want to cover next, tell me in the comments. I'm always listening.